Hi, it's Mark from Top Local. We're here with Bernie Pawlik, Pawlik Automotive in Vancouver. Bernie, how long have you been repairing cars for now?
38 years.
38 years of working on pretty much all makes and models and even years of cars, is that right?
I have been, yep.
And Pawlik has now been voted best auto repair in Vancouver 18 times. Is that right?
That's correct. That is correct.
That's pretty impressive. So we're going to talk about a 2005 Toyota 4Runner, and you had a heater box repair to do on this vehicle. What was going on with this 4Runner?
Well, the owner of this vehicle had bought the vehicle recently, and one of the issues with the vehicle is that there was no heat on the driver's side of the vehicle. There was heat on the passenger side, but not on the driver's side. The heating and air conditioning worked fine, but only cold air basically on the driver's side of the vehicle.
So what sort of diagnosis did you have to do to find the problem?
Well, the first sort of area that we looked on the vehicle was, of course, being that there's heat on one side and not on the other. A lot of vehicles have a dual zone heating system. This one didn't, but a lot of them have a dual zone heating system. So the question is there a problem with one of them? There's normally a flap that moves up and down inside the heater box to control what comes, what comes from the heater core, what comes from the air conditioning evaporator core. That gives your temperature control. And obviously this is the area we poked our head under the dash, looked to see, are there motors, are there actuators? And of course, if you've ever looked under the dash of a modern vehicle, there's an awful lot tucked in there and then not a lot to see. We also did a visual inspection for the ducts. But from what we could determine, the heater box had to be removed to determine the cause. The problem was inside the heater box. There's nothing external that we could see.
So with all that stuff in the dash, that sounds like a pretty involved job.
It's a crazy job. It's a day and a bit worth of work to take everything apart. Why don't I just share some photos, because that's probably the easiest thing to do. Here's our 4Runner here. Nice vehicle, nice sporty tires, good off-road. This is a V8 too, so it's got lots of power. Nice driving vehicle. Get into some of our other photos here. Here's the dash actually, partially removed. This is with the dash pad off, and you can see the console's off, the dash pad's off. Some of the heating ducts are located up here. There's a big crash pad along here. We still have the steering column on at this point. Moving on to, I'm just going to select a few different pictures here. This is the dash completely removed, with the heating box out. So you can see there's a lot of wires, and we have a few of our tools lying here too, but there's a lot of wiring connectors off, steering columns out. There's a lot involved in removing this. What else can I share here, photo-wise? We've got. I want to share a few of these without getting into the actual repair. Well, actually, we can talk about the repair. So what we found, we took the heater box off. This is the heater box here, located on the bench. The heater core. These are the pipes for the heater core here, and the heater core is located actually down in this area here. The air conditioning area section is over here. I've got another view of that, and you can see this is a flap. This is an air door that controls air to the, I think this would be for the heating vents or possibly for the defroster. I'm not sure which of the two. The actual issue or concern was actually inside this heating box further down. So I'll go into the next photo, which is another view of the heating box. So there's the air conditioning evaporator core. This is what causes the cool air in the system. And down here is where the fan is, so it blows the air. These pipes here are for the air conditioning system, and these are the heating pipes. So you can see there's a lot of parts and pieces that go into this service. Okay, there's our heater box. Another view of the heater box. I'm getting right down to the... This is a look into the heater box. Now, I should have taken a picture with it apart, but basically there's a flap here and a flap there. And this is for the passenger heat, and this is for the drivers. And what we found is an actuator motor on this side of the heater box, not one here, because this vehicle could be equipped with dual zone climate control, but it's not. And there's a connecting rod that connects these two, and it was broken between these two pieces. So what would happen is, you could get temperature control on the passenger side, but it wouldn't translate to the driver's side. This flap just stayed shut down, blowing cold air all the time. So to repair this, involved one of two things: either buy a brand new heater box from Toyota, which was over $2,000 and not even available, or acquire a used one, which we couldn't find anywhere. And of course, at the risk that this part might break again, or repair it. And we actually opted to repair it. So we did some custom work where we actually cut a part of the heater box apart, because it doesn't really need to be dual zone. We're actually able to cut some pieces apart and then join the two flaps together so that when the passenger side moved, the drivers did too. And we did it in such a way that it's never going to fall apart. So a good thorough repair. I don't know if I have any more photos we need to share here. There's a couple more with some of the dash panels and the pieces, the framework out. And I think that's probably enough photos to chew off for a day.
A huge job. I imagine that wasn't inexpensive.
Yeah, it was, but I'll say that we repaired it and saved the customer an awful lot of money by doing that repair. You know, as I said, the actual heater box was over $2,000 in Canada from Toyota, and the part wasn't available in North America anyway, so it would have taken a few weeks to get it from Japan. So, you know, for a fraction of that price, we were able to take the heater box apart, spend a little more labor, but you know, actually repair it properly and solve the concern.
So is this a common concern?
No, but you know, we come across new and interesting things all the time on cars. This is one of them. This is the first time we fixed something like this on a Toyota, though. You know, from some of our research, we're not the first people who've run into this particular problem. It has happened on other Toyota trucks and 4Runners. But as far as, you know, cars in general, I mean, we do run into problems with heater boxes. A lot of times there are actuator motors in, you know, modern, I say like the last, you know, 15, 20 years of cars. They use actuator motors and these door flaps. And so the actuator motors will die, or sometimes the actual flaps will break. So we fixed them on a variety of different vehicles, but this is the first issue like this on a 4Runner we've seen.
So there you go. If you're looking for auto repair of your Toyota vehicles in Vancouver, the guys to see are Pawlik Automotive. Bernie, do you want to sign off? I'm really echoey today.
Sure. Yeah. Well, thank you for watching us, and give us a call. As Mark often says, we're busy. Book ahead and give us a call. Thank you.
Thanks, Bernie.
Thanks.